Hi, I trust you found the message on servanthood. This is on fruitful living to be helpful. This is just a bit of extra food for thought which you may or may not want to use in your life group. There's a few things to think about really. It'd be good for the group to share some experiences and examples of serving themselves, but also being served as well. Sometimes people can find that difficult to be served, but it's good for the group to share experiences they've had of both serving and being served. It's good to perhaps tackle the question, if you're going to be servant-hearted, how do you avoid burnout and exercise wisdom in terms of where and when and how and all the rest of it, so you don't do too much. Is it possible to do too much? Also, does that on that subject connect, I suppose, how to ensure you're not just taken advantage of and being a doormat by some people. Also a challenge really, how can we move from this thought that we should be servant-hearted to actually wanting to be servant-hearted and not feeling obliged to do it out of guilt, but out of a loving response to what God's doing in us by His Spirit. On that subject of fruitful living and so on, it's just good to look back at John 15 and ask the question, what does remaining or abiding in look like for the individuals in your group? It may be slightly different for everyone. It's interesting to know what people understand and mean by that and what their own experience is. Specifically in terms of the message itself, I used 3 illustrations. One of the suitcase with Albert Schweitzer, number 2 was the violin, and number 3 was Paul picking up sticks. And again, I'd be interested to know, or maybe hopefully you'd be interested to know in your group, which of those illustrations, if any, actually was really spoke to particular individuals when it was helpful to them. And finally, I think if there's time, you may want to consider a study in Matthew 23. This is a chapter all about the 7 woes, but it's very helpful in terms of identifying the attitude of the Pharisees and how they wanted to lord it over people and not help them. They certainly weren't servant-hearted. It's a great passage that illustrates what not being servant-hearted looks like, but also Jesus is obviously drawing out some principles of servanthood for us to understand as well. Good maybe to have a look at a study on that and see what people make of it. And so I hope that's helpful. I haven't got too much else to say, but it's one for people to share really, and be honestly share their sort of struggles in that area as well and their experiences over the years. I hope this helps in some small way, and thank you for listening. Bye now.